Hello, welcome to the Daily Levels for Thursday, May 23, 2024. I'm Sam Morton. It's 8:41 a.m. and I spent some time analyzing the price and the charts today in the spiders because I want to be sure what's going on because they've continued to climb higher. 4 o'clock a.m. pre-market, they gapped up. They hung around this level. I might turn on the after hours data so you can see what they did here. But they got up to 534 a little while ago. Well, they came back, pulled back down just a few cents, but now they're back up to 533.95 and climbing. So the question is, the question in my mind is, where is the destination up here? So the 538 still important. We had this seemed like a long ways away the other day, and they're getting closer to that. And as a matter of fact, there's a little zone up here, way up here. Seems like it's a long way, 545, basically around 545 and slightly above. And if that happens, then we still have another day, 2 days this week. We have another week or so in this month, and after this month closes, that is the kind of the prime time in terms of timing for when they could reach the destination and pull back. They could be looking for a spike of something. They have consolidated under this zone between 532.10, 533.10 for several days, and as I pointed out a few times, that is an indication they want to push higher. So let's go ahead and turn on the 24-hour session. So just take a look at what they did here. So they gapped up here. This is 4 a.m. and might be a little difficult to see the colors of the bars here, but got up to right above 533.10, fell back almost. So they basically spent some time in the zone, but once they got above, then it's important if they come back down to it. But that's what's going to make it tricky. That if they reach something, a destination, and pull back, then trading these typically is going to be a little difficult because I don't want them to slice through. And also, just look, notice this earlier. You can scroll back even farther. Was it on this chart? Maybe it was a different chart. It was a 5-minute chart. But there was some areas down here that you wouldn't normally see in the regular session, but in the pre-market or the aftermarket 24-hour session, they were basically painting a level based on where they couldn't get above, and they finally busted above. So kind of a breakout area. And one other thing I was going to mention is, let's just turn this back to the regular session. Come back here. What was I going to mention? Oh yeah, 9:45 a.m. There are two PMI data releases. What is it? Let's see, the global manufacturing PMI and the global services PMI. They could have an impact to the market. Saw yesterday with the FOMC meeting minutes leading up to that, they looked kind of weak. They fell down, and we identified a bottom. Kind of nice to ride that all the way up because that was sort of a little bit of a fake out. They've been climbing ever since then. And sometimes I wonder about just going all in and just holding a trailer, or not even a trailer, or keeping a stop way out of the money and watching something like that just ride up for 50 points or more. It's been a while since I've had a 40 or 50 point ride in the E-minis, but it is possible, and it's those type of scenarios that allow it to happen. But anyway, I'm getting way off topic here. But here are the levels that I'm going to use. And one more thing, there is another level out of the calculator that's in between here. So I would say that if they came back down, this 532.10 is probably a little bit more, say a little stronger. Anyway, this whole area is still a zone. These levels can and probably will be precise unless the market is, the spiders are just falling, like a trap door opens and they're falling, volume's high, and everybody's just running for the exits. Then I wouldn't necessarily trust the levels, but we'll just have to play it by ear and see what happens after 9:45. There could be some movement. We'll come back to this chart after the market closes and analyze all the trades in the E-minis based on the levels here in the SPY. See you then.